Hey everybody, Jared of Second Life Design. I am working on a 2-board slab table today. I'm building a big outdoor table for someone's pool deck. I'm making it out of white oak, and both of the white oak slabs have a hell of a lot of twist in them. They are kind of, instead of being a flat board, they are twisted from end to end. So I'm going to be able to salvage them. I always cut things really thick when I'm making my slabs, so I have a lot of material to take off. I have a fair amount at least. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to take the twist out of them. It's done through kind of creative router planing. It is a little bit different of a process than what people have shown before, and I've made this mistake before. That's why I'm sharing this with everyone. I'd hate for people to lose slabs over just not having the experience of how to save things. So I'm going to have a couple different visuals, and there's going to be a lot of router planing. That's kind of boring stuff, but I want to show you the kind of the tricks I use to get these slabs flat and to keep them as thick as possible. So keep following along and we'll go from there. Okay, so these are my slabs. This is a slit match. So this slab got flipped end for end. So for this purpose it doesn't matter, but that's what that term is called. So it's gonna end up kind of neat because it'll give some different curves that kind of match each other, maybe add some interesting sight lines to the dinner table. You can see other people at the table, etc. The basis of this video is about twist. These slabs have a hell of a lot of twist in them. It is like these two corners are the high points, and same thing with this one. So right now they're 2.5, 2 5/8 thick, and I'm going for a target of, I'd like to stay around 1.5 inches if possible. If I can get to 1.5 inches, I can get creative and kind of feather other undulations out and whatever, but I'd like the basis to be 1.5 inches thick overall, the median thickness, 1.5 inches. So what that's going to take is, right now that's the extreme corner. That corner is up. You have to do a lot of measuring with this and kind of splitting the difference. So right now this corner is right at 3 inches tall. This corner is at 3.5, a little bit more. I am going to be trimming this off, so you kind of take it with a grain of salt. If you go to where it's going to be at is 3.25. So what we want to do is we're going to put some shims in, and I'll get some closer, bigger visuals of this as I'm going. I'm going to install some shims. So these 2 points will be at the same point, so they'll kind of get leveled out. So instead of being that one up right there, it's rocked back on this side. We're going to split the difference and get it as level as we can. That way we're not taking all material off of one corner. If we were to start router planing now, everything would come off of there and that would be it. So that's what this all takes. It's a lot of light cuts and splitting the difference. I keep repeating that because that's all you're doing. And we take some creative shimming, and yeah, that's really what the process is. So I'll get this one set up and get it shimmed where I would start routering, and we'll start right back up then. Okay, so I'm working from the bottom side first. I flip this slab over, the B side is facing up. That's still my A side, the show side on this slab. All I've done is I found my 2 high corners, which was this one, and, come on gimbal, and that one. I've shimmed them. So just installed shims under them to stabilize it, keep it from rocking, and they are now the same height. So they're now 3 1/8, 3 1/4, and same thing down here. So now it will not rock, it will not move, it will not do anything. It is as level as can be. The high points are stabilized, the low points are still touching. So really now there's 4 points of contact. That's why it isn't moving. When it only has the 2 points, that's why it rocks all over and has the twist and looks like hell. So now from this point, we will gradually router plane. Start at that corner, and what's going to happen is you're going to have a little bit come off of this corner and then some come off of this corner, and you're going to keep watching that. This side will get thinner and thinner. So at some point you're going to have to stop here. It'll be when this overall is 2 inches thick, 2 1/8 inches thick, and then that way you still have plenty of material down here. Where a lot of people mess up is by not shimming it, not leveling it out. They'll just, they'll shim one corner and stabilize it and just bring it all the way up. They take all the material off of here until it's level there, when they go to flip it over, there's no meat left on this side. There would be a lot here and not there. By splitting the difference like this, we're getting the most material out of the entire middle of it. And being as this is the bottom, I'm not as concerned with getting it all completely plain flat. The top is where we want to do most of the action. So I really only want to take a minimal material off the bottom just so I get a flat surface. That is what I'm concerned with on this one. So I'm going to do some router planing and we'll pick it back up. Okay, so through the magic of TV, we had already had this part done. This was the other slab, and I'd already shimmed, planed, and done all that to this. This is the bottom side again. It is all router planed and all flat. So what this does for us, now we have a flat registration surface. So I have my white, nice flat workbench. I can turn this over, and it will be a flat surface that I can register against to flatten the A side, the finished side. And it doesn't have all the material flat, but it has just enough to where I can still have plenty of meat to get the A side totally flat. So now, nice flat surface to work with. There's a little bit of a high spot right here, but it's touching over a lot of the area, and that's exactly what we're after. And we have our low points. This is one, that is one. We are still 1 7/8 thick, and it's the same down there. So I've got a lot. This can, at the minimum, my table can be 1 7/8. I can take all the rest of this off, and I'll still have 1 7/8 of material across the whole thing. And that will give me some, if I need to take off the bottom again to get to my 1.5 inches. So that's the biggest part of it. That's how you keep these things flat and not have to sacrifice big twisted slabs. So I'm gonna do some more router planing and we'll pick it back up after that. So this was our starting point. This was the B side. I had it all shimmed up. I took off these corners so we get a flat registration surface. That's where we started. Flip it over. And I flattened this side. So what it has done is taken off the opposite corners. So now it's just a process of kind of flipping back and forth to gradually take the twist is coming out of it gradually, and we're just working now to, I'm going to keep working on the A side. This is the show side. I want to expose all of the flat grain for this one. I need to get this side totally flat so I can have a mating surface, so I can have a flat edge and a flat face to go against the other board. So all the material will be coming off from here. It drops down a little bit more in this corner, and that should be it. I'm still over 2 inches thick here, and it is 1 7/8, 1 15/16 there. So that's still the minimum is 1 15/16. So I've still got a lot of meat left, and I've done that. I've kind of saved that by just taking the bare minimum off as little as possible. But I've gotten the high sides. The twists are out of it now. This is a flat face. It isn't rocking, doing anything. It's the same thing if you were to flip it over. So it's a kind of a gradual process. You're just splitting the difference. These boards are all twisted up. There is a flat board in there. You just have to sneak up on it when you're router planing. So I'm going to keep plugging away, and we'll show some more progress, and we'll go from there. Okay, bringing it back original. I'm going to wrap this video up. This is where I started. I had 2 slabs, and they were both like this one. They both had a lot of twist in them. This one is now flat. It is 1 7/8 thick all the way through for the most part. And so yeah, I'll be able to, at this point, I'm going to do the exact same thing to this one, get it looking like that one. Glue them together, and I will router plane from the bottom to make the bottom smooth. So I have a good base for the legs to go to. But this could be used for single slabs, coffee table planks, whatever. It's router planing to get the twist out of boards. That's the basis of this. So yeah, any other questions, leave them down below. Find me on Instagram at Second Life Design. Please hit the comment, or the like and subscribe buttons. Those help me out a lot. And anything else, let me know.